So in the series combination, as we were discussing, only one plate out of the complete series of capacitors, only one plate will be attached to one of the positive terminal of the battery, and the other plate at the other extreme of the series will be connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So what happens is that this extreme end of the plate, it gets drained out of its charge. Let's say some plus Q charge moves out, that gets, it passes through, this is acting as a pump. This battery enables the system to flow the charge. The charge flows from this terminal, this plate, and it gets deposited onto that plate. The whole idea is that the sum total of the potential difference across each capacitor, that is delta V1 and delta V2 in this case, if you add both of them, that potential difference will be same as the potential difference of the battery. Is it clear? Because it's a conservative system. So potential, if you move across all the circuit elements from, let's say, first plate to the second plate of C1, then from first plate and the second plate of the C2, and then from negative terminal to the positive terminal of the battery. So once you come back to the same point, the total potential difference should be zero. Is that clear? So considering that, you can say that the sum total of the potential difference across each capacitor will be equal to the potential difference of the cell. So based on this, you do the calculation. Okay, so you look at you look at C equivalent, a single capacitor, which has the same charge Q1 flowing through it and having the same potential difference delta V, as is there for the series. If you look at the condition, potential difference delta V will be equal to delta V1 plus delta V2. Okay, and delta V is nothing but Q by C equivalent in the second diagram, that is equivalent capacitors one. And delta V1 can be written as Q by C1 and delta V2 will be written as Q by C2. Now this is very interesting. Why we are not writing Q1 and Q2? Why we are writing only Q and Q? Because in series combination, charge across each plate will be same. Because I'll explain. This plate and this plate, they are basically isolated. They are separated with the other two plates, but the material in between is either vacuum or some insulator. So no charge can flow from this plate to the negative plate. Similarly, no charge can flow from this plate to that plate. Is it clear? So you can say that this capacitor plate and this capacitor plate, it's an isolated system. Similarly, if you look at this plate and this plate, they also form an isolated system. This battery is just to pump the charge from one plate to the other. तो यहाँ से जो charge flow करेगा, that charge flows through this battery. It gets deposited here, and because it is building up charge, so equal and opposite charge will develop on the opposite side. Okay, that we can easily prove. We will do it again. Don't worry. That whatever is the charge in this surface, opposite charge will come on the inner surface of this plate. And because now this has developed minus Q on its inner side, that charge has to come from this plate, because this is an isolated system. ये अपने आप में एक isolated system है. The combination of these two plates is again isolated system. So net charge has to remain zero. So if minus Q gets developed on the right plate of the system, plus Q has to develop on the right plate of the system. Is it clear? That is why charge is same. So when you calculate the potential difference, delta V1, for this it will be given by Q by C1. And here It will be Q by CV. For the C equivalent one, the potential difference delta V is same as that of the battery. So that will be equal to same charge Q develops here. What gets developed in this case? It will be minus Q plus Q plus Q minus Q. So in series, charge is same on all the capacitors. This you have to keep in mind. Voltages will be different. So that same charge has to develop in the single equivalent capacitor. So that single equivalent capacitor will have this thing. Now delta V will be equal to delta V1 plus delta V2. Okay. Now based on this knowledge, now you can see that when you substitute, you will have this expression of C equivalent. So if you remember the expressions for series and parallel resistances, they are inverse in this case. जो वहाँ पे सीरीज के लिए एक्सप्रेशन था वो यहाँ पे पैरेलल के लिए, और जो वहाँ पे पैरेलल के लिए था वो यहाँ सीरीज के लिए, बिकॉज द वे दे क्रिएट पोटेंशियल.
सर
हाँ बेटा.
सर एक डाउट था।
हाँ बोलो बोलो.
सर इस सीरीज में जो कैपेसिटर्स लगे हुए हैं,
हम्म.
सपोज अगर वो बहुत क्लोज आ गए तो उनके चार्जेस में वेरिएशन आ सकता है क्या?
नहीं आता है. आई विल एक्सप्लेन, वो नहीं आता है
ओके सर।
क्योंकि चार्ज बाउंड हो जाता है इनर सरफेस पे. एंड व्हाई इट इज बाउंड दैट वी विल नो बेस्ड ऑन गॉस थ्योरम. मैं एक्सप्लेन करूंगा. व्हाट्स अ गुड क्वेश्चन.
सर स्क्रॉल डाउन करो ना।
सर थोड़ा सा स्क्रॉल अप करिए।
Sir, can you scroll down?
सर थोड़ा ऊपर कर दो ना।
सर आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है।
Muted हो।
Hello. So the question is, how much charge is on each plate of a 4 microfarad capacitor when it is connected to a 12-volt battery? So the circuit diagram for this will be, this is the symbol for the capacitor. The capacitance is 4 microfarad and it is connected to a 12-volt battery. Okay. Because of this, some charge will come. This charge Q will be given by CV. C is 4 microfarad and this is 12 volt. So your answer will be 48 microcoulomb. Is this, if the same capacitor is connected to a 1.5 volt battery, what charge is stored? So in this case, it will be CV dash, which is 4 into 1.5, that is 6 microcoulomb. So there is a combination of parallel and series, which in turn is again parallel. So what you can see here is, जैसे देखने में बहुत complex लगता है, but ये actually है नहीं. The potential difference across these 2 points, across these 2 points, and across these 2 points will be same because they will be connected to some battery. Okay, so whatever is the terminal potential difference delta V of this, that same potential difference will be realized across these 2 points or these 2 points or these 2 points. Is it clear? So now it becomes very easy to find the equivalent capacitance if we find the capacitors of each element separately first and then find the equivalent one. तो ये जो एक component है which is in series, समझ में आ रहा है? तो इसकी capacitance क्या होगी? If 3 capacitors are connected in series, उसका capacitance equivalent कितना आएगा? 3C आएगा कि C by 3 है?
3 by
C
C.
C by 3.
3 by 3. Dimensionally
C by
correct.
by
So
C
this
by
is C by 3. इसका कितना आएगा? C by 2. तो अब इसका इक्विवेलेंट कैपेसिटेंस क्या हो गया? डायग्राम, एक कैपेसिटर इधर है, एक
plus C by
कैपेसिटर इधर
2
है, कैपेसिटर इधर है. इसका कैपेसिटेंस C, इसका C by 2, इसका C by 3. Now they are connected in parallel. Parallel is very easy. C1 plus C2 plus C3. So how much this will be? 11 C by 6. Yes, easy. देख लो उसको फटाफट.
सर वो 3 by C नहीं आएगा? 3 by C, 2 by C.
1 by C equivalent is 3 by C. एकदम सही बोल रहे हो. 1 by C equivalent is 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2 plus 1 upon C3. तो C equivalent कितना हो गया? C by 3 नहीं हो गया? यहाँ पे C
हाँ
थोड़ी
सर,
है.
हाँ सर, हाँ. हो गया सर.
Now a slightly complex problem, but not very difficult. So in this case, you are given a combination of series, parallel, and then again series. So just think over it for a minute, and then I'll ask somebody to explain how to go about it. In the first part, they are asking what is equivalent capacitance, and in the second part, they are asking what will be the individual charge when the entire system is connected across points A and B with a potential difference of 15 volts.